Yeah, so did you say that you were going to be getting more gowns in this week? Because I'm looking at these for my bridesmaids again, and I really don't see anything that I'm really that interested in. Uh, I don't know. I really don't know. I know that my husband's going to have a fit because I'm always in here. I've been in here like 4 times already this week. Yeah.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
Hey, I'm fine. How you doing?
No, babes, you've been in here at least 4 times this week. You still haven't made a decision on which dress you're gonna pick. I mean, we have to get this together now, babe, for the wedding.
Yeah, baby, but you know, it's my wedding, right? And I get to choose what I want. This is my wedding. This is my wedding day. I've waited for this. I mean, bad enough you waited for like 5 years to even give me a ring for the
Baby,
engagement.
I understand that. I understand that. Again, me and the men, I've already decided what the groomsmen are
Wait,
gonna
wait, wait.
wear.
Men?
Yes, the men.
No.
I've decided what the groomsmen are gonna wear. We're gonna wear gray. All my men are gonna wear gray. I'm gonna wear all white. I've already picked it out.
Wait a minute, hold on. What do you mean groomsmen? You're only gonna have one man, and that's your best man. My girls, I have 7 girls, and you're gonna have your best man.
No, baby, that's not what we discussed when we sat down and decided that this is what we were going to have for our wedding, for this extravaganza. I said I wanted to make it so that you enjoy this whole wedding, but as well, how can you have 7 with bridesmaids and I only have a best man?
Okay, that's
I-
fine. Okay, that's fine. I mean, you do what you want to do, but let me tell you right now, the seating arrangements for my family is going to be 7 tables, and you have 2 tables.
How is that you have 7 tables and I have 2 tables? I have all my family coming in. My favorite aunt, Auntie Grace, she's gonna be there. I know that you don't particularly like her, but I want her to be at the wedding.
No. Isn't that the aunt that said that you would amount to nothing in life? No. Excuse, I'm sorry, miss. Just it's okay. It's fine. He's a little.
See, baby, that's an issue now because I'm not holding to her to what she did. This is where Grace comes in. I want her to be a part of this big wedding that you and I are planning.
Oh, really?
Yes, I do.
Well, I don't know what to tell you because everything is already done. Everything is already done. What are you so upset about?
So again, why am I upset? Why am I upset? You want to know why I'm upset?
You're always upset, baby. This doesn't really make any sense at all. You know, if this is the case, then maybe we shouldn't even get married.
Then maybe
Because
we
this is
shouldn't
my
get married.
day. This is my day.
The problem is you're taking ownership over everything. You're not allowing me to voice my opinion. You're taking this wedding and you're taking this whole thing into your hands when I thought we were doing this together. This is supposed to be a togetherness, a oneness. How can you make all the decisions for a wedding? How is that?
Because we is French. This is my wedding. This is my wedding. This is an I wedding. I'm gonna have a drink. That's it. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Wow. And this is part 2 of when the woman takes full control in situations. And so today we wanted to continue down that vein that we were last week when you guys joined us. And so we hope that you enjoyed this skit.
Yes.
Again, this is the Les Cartels
We are that
special couple. Okay, now, as we demonstrated this skit, we wanted you to know that this is not just a skit. This is what happened
in real life.
in real life, in real time. And we wanted you to see it. And now we're going to talk about it.
That's right. Yes, we can talk about it.
So notice, my wife was in the David's Bridals. She's been there 4 times this week. Can't make a decision. And then I come into the picture to tell her, babe, this is what's going on. You haven't picked your gown yet or whatever for your bridesmaid. But me and my groomsmen I've already picked the color. And notice how the conversation went left. Do you notice what happened? Y'all see what happened? She took over.
Took over. A controlling, manipulative spirit.
Yes.
You know, I'm not giving him a voice in our wedding. This is our wedding. But I want to be in charge, like we spoke about, letting the man be a man. I'm not letting him be a man because I want to take over what's about to happen in our lives.
Yeah. Now, the dangers with that. Notice, just in this scenario, we're planning a wedding. But there seems to be a wedding planner. You see who the wedding planner is, right? It's my wife. Not only is she the wedding planner, she's also telling me, the husband-to-be, because we're planning a wedding, what I'm going to have and what I'm not going to have. That is a danger, because now she's taken on the role that I am designed to show her, bring to her and say, babe, this is what me and the groomsmen are going to do. The men are going to be wearing this color. This is the color I'm going to wear. She usurped her authority and said, no, I don't think that the groomsmen should be wearing gray. And then she went as far as to say, your groomsmen, this is all about the bridesmaid. You can have a best man. She negated the fact that I could even have groomsmen, that I could have 4 or 5 in my party, down to just a best man.
I was just a regular old bridezilla.
Yeah, where's the fairity in that? So again, one of the dangers of this, as you see this being displayed out, is a controlling spirit that says, this is what's going to be, and that's all.
When I'm supposed to stay in my lane and enjoy the moment, enjoy the togetherness, enjoy the camaraderie of us having to plan our wedding together, because we're about to become one. You know, but right now I'm thinking that's two. You know, I'm just thinking for the both of us, and that's not supposed to be the case.
Yeah, she fully took control over this whole planning of the wedding.
Then I had the nerve to say, well, if it's not going to go my way, it's either my way or the highway. You know, we might as well just call off the wedding. That's very, very selfish. That's very, very selfish. And some women would act like that. They would react like that, because it's not my day only. It's the both of our day. You know, this day is meant for the both of us.
Now, what happens in situations like this, where the woman takes control, it's the belittlement of the man. It's the, wait a minute, this is my day. And even in that trueness, because it should be about the bride, what we're saying is that don't exclude the man's part and him being a man and able to say, this is what I want for my men, for the groomsmen. This is who I want to be in the family to come.
Yeah.
Notice how I said it's not about what that aunt did years ago, that I'm holding her to that. I still want her to be a part of this big day, because I think that this is something that's special that should be remembered.
That's right.
And notice my wife's attitude on the whole thing.
And you've already forgiven her. We've already forgiven her for that.
At least that's what I thought that my wife did, but she said absolutely not. I don't want her there. And so that becomes a problem now, because now we're saying who should be invited and who should not be invited, because, watch this, because of our personal differences or bitterness that has not been resolved. See, we think that situations are resolved until a situation like this arises. Now we're planning a wedding. Now we see what really was in your heart.
Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth
speaks. Matthew 12:34. Proverbs, the book of wisdom, says, bitterness is as rottenness to the bone. See, bitterness is a silent thing that dwells on the inside until you bring that person's name up, or you bring a situation up that reminds you of how they hurt you or how they did you wrong. And now that bitterness that's been secretly hiding in your heart,
rooted,
it comes out. And notice what it does. It calls this a forest fire. And there you are, supposed to be planning something that's supposed to be beautiful and monumental, and you're going to take pictures, and you're going to have all of these memories that you can look back and you can show your children and your grandchildren. And there you are, arguing over something minute that you thought you dealt with.
Baby, it's arguing.
That's good. Yeah, arguing.
Right.
So again, be very mindful that in a relationship, in a marriage, in a oneness, you don't have to be married, but if you've been together anything over 6 months to a year, you're in a relationship. Unless you just say you're not, but you're in a relationship, and there needs to be a compromise. There needs to be times where you agree to disagree, but you come to a common ground. It's okay.
Yes, it's okay to agree to disagree.
Absolutely.
That's a partnership, because it can't only be one person all
That's
the time.
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know, a happy wife is a happy life.
It's a happy life.
But we can't always be right. We have to let the men be right also. You know, it's a two-way street here. It's not a one-way street. So we just wanted to bring this little skit once again for those of you who are considering being engaged and about to be married. These are things that you would want to discuss with your partner before it gets nasty and downright disgusting.
Absolutely.
As our skit did.
So some of these dangers, take note. One, when a woman presumes and wants to take on the role of being the man
In charge.
the number one danger in that is what you do when you do that. You cause that man now to grow silent or to grow angry on the inside. See, a lot of times men don't express themselves, which is a big problem. Men, you need to start expressing yourself.
Yes.
There's a way you can express yourself to your significant other or your spouse without it being an argument or disagreement.
That's right.
You just have to
Tone
learn.
is everything.
Yeah, it's tone.
It's not what you say, it's
how you say it.
say it. Because words are powerful,
Yeah.
powerful idioms.
Yeah. So again, make sure that you can voice your opinion. Women, know your place. Well, I say this in the spirit of love. Know your place. God has designed a woman to have a place. And that place is to be what? To be a help mate, not to be a mate that usurps her help and her authority, and now you're taking charge and you're taking God's order out of order because you want things to be your way. So now you become God and you put God on a shelf. And anytime you put God on a shelf, the thing that you replace for God becomes an idol. And now you have an idol in your relationship.
That's right.
And you wonder why your relationship is the way it is. And it's getting weaker and y'all having arguments and disagreements and y'all not seeing eye to eye because you've just taken your authority out of place. Big problem.
Very well said.
Do you want to share another problem that arises out of this?
Go right ahead.
Problem number 2. Now, because the woman wants to take on that role, she causes the relationship to have such a strain now that the man decides that there's difficulty now for him when he gets off work, and he may have had a hard week at work that in his mind and in his heart he doesn't even want to come home. And he's out with the fellows, and he may not even be cheated. He may just be.
But he's about sick of it. He's fed up with all the arguing, all the just disgusted. She don't want to cook for him. She don't want to meet him at the door. She don't want to do nothing but be in charge. She want to be large and in charge. She want to be the strong man.
And that causes the man to. He may just be in his car.
Down.
Just driving around the block or sitting in his car because this is where he finds his peace.
And sometimes he may want to talk to his friends, but he's not able to speak to his friends because of embarrassment. Because in their eyes they're like, yo, you the man,
you the man, yo. But they don't know.
But they don't know that when their friend walks through that door, that he'll just go into the separate room, close the door, and just cry.
Yeah.
And it's very sad because he's hurting. You're hurting him.
Women, learn to love your man. Value his position that God has ordained him to be. And remember that this relationship is a partnership. Yes. It's a oneness. It's not a I. That's what happened to Satan. I got him kicked out of heaven. You don't want that to cause your relationship or your marriage to be a strain to where now your husband, it's like, well, if it's going to be like this, I might as well.
And you know what? The thing about it is, a lot of women are in love with the wedding.
Oh, that's good.
Okay?
Say that again.
Let's say it again. Let me tell it to the people in the balcony.
Talk to them.
You're in love with the wedding. After the people have dispersed,
My God.
there is the marriage. Now what's going to go? Now what's going to happen? It's just you and your husband, or you and your wife. You know, you entertain everybody that was there, and you was like, oh, thank you for the gifts. Oh, we love you.
Yeah.
But then, when the wedding is over, the ceremony is over, it's just you and him. You know, and stop bringing people into your marriage. Because like Sir Cotton said last week, not everybody is for you. There are a lot of people who are jealous of you. We had somebody tell us before we got married, you're not going to make it. Someone else said to me, girl, you crazy. But almost 12 years married later, okay?
So you got to learn how to separate those voices
Yeah.
that are not for you. And understand that after the wedding ceremony, life begins.
Life begins.
Marriage is a ministry.
That's right.
You took 12 minutes to say I do, but marriage is a lifetime. It's not 12 minutes. And you're gonna have your ups and downs, you're gonna have your differences. So you have to know your role. You have to know your place so that you don't get out of place and now your marriage is out of place.
Yes. When in doubt, try working it out.
Yeah, this is where you're going to have to commune. This is where you're going to have to come into agreement. You're going to have to pray and allow the Holy Spirit to show you the things that you need to see.
That's right.
See, it doesn't work without God. It's God, the husband, and then the wife.
And the wife.
Notice the role. And if we can keep that in that order, we'll have better marriages. We'll have better relationships. We'll have partnership and oneness.
Always keep God in the center of your marriage. Because if you do not,
that marriage is more than likely
bound to fail.
It's not
It's bound
going
to
to
fail.
last.
It's not going to last because you don't have God in the center of the
There's
marriage.
no foundation. There's no God. God is who holds marriages together.
That's right.
When that husband and wife understand that everything revolves around the ordinances of God and that He's holding that marriage together. Why? Because you two are in agreement with God. Submit yourselves to God.
Right.
Resist the devil, and then he will flee.
That's right.
And then you'll submit it to each other, and you understand your roles. You understand, as a woman, there's a certain place for me to let my husband be the man, let my husband lead. God didn't call me to be the leader. He called my husband to be the leader.
That's right.
And for me to help him
That's
lead.
right.
See, when a wife understands the husband's vision, she can support that vision, even understanding her place, but she can support that vision with encouragement and wisdom and as the Bible says, praising her husband and being that virtuous wife that understands her place and brings favor to that relationship and to that marriage and causes it to grow and to prosper.
Blossom.
Oh God, I
Like
feel
this
this
tree.
thing. But again, I'm just getting excited because we're